Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. So, I have $50,040.57 to spend because the my loan just came in, so may as well spend it right away. So, what we're gonna do is I put it into my investing account, and then when it's time for me to do the loan, pay off my condo, I'll take it out as margin. So that way I can keep having the $50,000 earn money and, earn money back. So, one reason I did get asked this, not very politely, but like if they were me, they would sell everything, pay off the credit cards, pay off the condo, everything, and just build it up from scratch from my income from my work. That would work, except I'm still in my 3-month probationary at my new job, so I would feel more comfortable for me if I had an income from an alternative source that's not my full-time job to be able to pay all of my bills in case something happens to that job, because I am extremely new and who knows what's going to happen with that. Also, we're almost through everything with my condo, except there's one last thing that could go wrong, which is my tenant. And either they don't move out on time and the deal falls through, or they totally trash the place, make it unlivable, and the deal falls through. So if the deal falls through, then my options are, basically, I want to go through foreclosure, but in Washington, D.C., their estate, I forget the legal term for it, but if you give them your keys, it's not the end of it. They could sell it at auction, they could sell it for $100,000 and then sue me for the difference between what was outstanding in my loan and what they sold it for. So I don't want to owe PennyMac $200,000 right away. So we're going to go down this route, and how you can give up your keys without being sued by the lender is you go through the process known as a short sale or a deed in lieu of foreclosure, but they want you to do the short sale first. And so this would be my second attempt at doing a short sale. I got denied the first time because my credit score is too good, and also because it had been too soon since I had bought my trailer, but now it's been like a whole year since then. So the deal with that is I'm not allowed to have more than $10,000 of like liquid assets at the time. So if I have a $50,000 loan, like I need to have all of these loans in order to prove that I cannot afford my lifestyle, because I got laid off. I'm earning $40,000 less than I was making, and now I have this $1,000 loan, and my trailer loan, which is also around $1,000, and the mortgage, which is $3,000, and then my 401k loans, and the minimum payments for my credit cards. So having all of these expenses together is more than what I make at my day job. So yes, I will have to sell, in that case, a lot of my investments I already have, but I'm still going to have all of the loans around if I do a short sale, because I need to prove that my lifestyle is more than what I'm making. So that's where I land with that. And then hopefully none of that happens, and I just sell my condo on September 3rd, and then I'll have more options to look at things afterwards. But still, if I'm looking at having $5,500 of income per month or more, that's still like a 30 to 40% yield that I'm getting. And so 40% is more than a 15% loan. If I keep my job, I will, keep, like, I'll have more money in the end with this way than if I just take it out and I don't have income. And this way, this is my emergency fund. And so it's worth it to me to have a little bit of leverage, take on a little bit more risk, because I do have my full-time job right now. And to me, just the way that I'm viewing the world, it is less risky to have an emergency fund that is perpetual and I can scrape by every single month with what I have versus I pay everything off, I don't have an emergency fund, I lose my job right away, and then all of a sudden I have to actually go onto credit card debt and I don't have any income to pay off the credit cards, and then it balloons and then I become homeless. And you know, like my parents would let me live in their house up here at the farm, but my mom is deathly allergic to cats, so I'd have to put down my cats that I've had for 20 years. And so I don't want to put myself in that situation. I don't put any of my animals in that situation. To me, it's much better to have an income that I can use to pay my entire lifestyle. Anyways, that's a lot of not buying things, and I need to get to work at some point today. So I'm going to do a buy order because it's easier, but we're going to do shares. This is YMAX, which I love because it has a 25% margin maintenance. And since I'm going to be taking out a lot of margin, I have to be careful about how much margin I'm taking out. So we're going to start this one out with 7929, and this will get me to the 3,500 shares that I want from this. So we've got buy. So we have 3,500, and that was a goal that I had from before. So now I have $45,724.82, and we'll go ahead and take that $1,000 of margin out right now. So $46,000 is what's left. We have 3,500 in Goldie, which this is at 48% of my diversity now, and YMAX is at 36%. So what I think we're going to do, because I really like leaving my Goldie at around 50% of my portfolio, but we're going to go to YBTC because this also has a 25% margin ratio. And we have, I want to get that to, I want to get to 1,000 shares, but we'll start with 500. So 345.75382. So in shares, we'll do 154.246. I clicked a button and it made the screen recording go away, which is always great. So this is $7,206.05 of YBTC that I'm buying today. Okay, we're gonna buy that. And so the reason why I got out of everything in order to do this is because I really just want to get paid every week. And so this should be updated now. So I have $39,507.79 to continue to buy things at. So we have 50 shares of MS2 and 50 shares of MVYY and PLTW. So I think Goldie is now at 45% of my portfolio. So maybe I will buy 500 more shares, bring me up to 4,000. Okay, so this is over 50% of my portfolio, which is fine for now. I still have a lot to do. So MS2, I'm going to buy shares. Yeah, we'll buy 50, bring this up to 100. I want to keep these on the other days of the week. I do want to get paid every single day of the week, but I want to keep these below like 5% of my portfolio each. because these are single stocks. They are more volatile, except for obviously the YBTC. So, and not only are they more, they're more volatile, they also have, you know, the 50% maintenance. So it's not as easy. So we're going to buy shares. And how much is 50 for this? That's not bad. This is the NVYY. So that brings that up to 100 shares. And then we have $28,000 still. So maybe we should bring PLTW at least up to 50 shares. This has a 40% margin maintenance. 40. We have 10 shares, so to bring that up to that would be 90. That's fine. So I have 100 shares of everything that's weekly that is not YBTC. Then for Ulti, you are very much a problem child, aren't you, Ulti? It's 0.4% of my portfolio though, so I'm gonna buy in shares another 100 shares. I think this is, yeah, it's below my average cost, but not by too much. So we're gonna buy, and I actually like buying it when it's red like this in general stocks because I'm getting a good deal. Hopefully I'm saying that it doesn't go down to $3, but you never know with Ulti. So Ulti is now not even 1% of my portfolio, which is good. It should stay that way. I have $21,000 to deal with things, so probably going to go back and just buy in shares. 500 more shares of YMAX. And then we got this. And $15,000 more. We'll get this. Goldie's still at. So we're getting to the point where it's like, do I want to add more gold or do I want to go into YBTC? Because I do believe YBTC, this will be like Bitcoin will be more in the future. This is a good one to keep long term, but I believe winter is going to come, so there will be more buying opportunities for Bitcoin and Bitcoin cover call ETFs. So I think for me, I could buy in increments less than 500, but this is fine. I'm not going to regret buying more gold. Buy. And then what are we doing with this? I now have $6,526 and 26 cents. So $7,543.26. And we're gonna put that whole thing into YBTC. So we're going to buy order in dollars, and it's going to be $7,543.26. So 161, that'll get me up to it'll get me on the path of 1,000 shares for YBTC, so we're good. Bye. Done. So if I did my math correct, this should, okay, so I have $0 in cash, I have $1,000 of margin, I have 73.67% buffer. I'm going to just wait until, I guess, it's not going to be September 3rd when I do my wire, but it'll be at the end of August, I guess, when I do the wire. And I'm not going to put things in the market now, and if the market really dips, I won't have enough money to, so this is just my money now. Well, technically $50,000 is the bank's money, but whatever. But I think how this is working is my market value of YMAX is $52,740. So from now on, from the time that I close on my condo, every week when I get paid in YMAX is going to pay my loan. And then everything else, we will just pay off the margin and reinvest like I normally would. And in that way, well, let me put it this way. All of 100% of my YMAX distributions is being transferred out of my account to pay off my 0% credit cards and my pay off more of that loan, personal loan. So that's what we're going to do until those are taken care of. So that's just where I am right now, mentally and financially. So a lot of people say you should take care of all of your consumer debt and all of your loans before you even invest at all. And I think that's useful advice if the reason why you have credit cards is because you were because you weren't paying attention, or you were just oblivious, or you had discipline issues to get into, you were just purchasing and shopping too much. But for me, my credit card debt is, the outstanding ones are the generator I bought, which has saved my life at least a couple of times in the winter when we've not had power for a couple of days in, winter storms. And then also it was very convenient to have a generator after Helene when I didn't have power for a week. So I do not regret having a generator. And then the AC unit in my condo went bad, and I'm legally required to provide make my condo habitable for my tenant. So I needed credit. So that was not an overspending issue. That was just appliances that needed to happen. And I don't have an emergency fund because I've been funding this condo, which costs $3,000 a month for 2 years. So to me, though, because I don't have a spending issue, having this money, now it's going to be more than $6,000 per month, but having this stuff here and getting around $7,000 per month really gives me comfort and allows me that if I do lose my job, something happens, I get into a car accident or get diagnosed with cancer, whatever happens, I have money coming in from the market that I'm getting paid enough to pay all of my obligations minimally. I might eventually, get a bunch of debt if I can't pay for everything off, but I am messing around because I think in the end I will have more money because I'm making more money, and this is just one of those things that it's going to be like another year of me being disciplined and getting all of this taken care of. But once I don't have my condo anymore, it's going to be so much easier when I don't have $3,000 a month that I have to allocate to paying that. So anyways, I have to go to work, and I'll talk to you all later. What do you all think about these single stock ETFs, these weekly ETFs? And I'll talk to you later.